Hello everyone. In this session, we will do discussion on distribution decisions, its functions and importance, types of distribution channels for consumer goods, roles and functions of wholesalers and retailers in the distribution network. So friends, let's move ahead and discuss about distribution channel. Marketing channel, which is also called channel of distribution, is a group of people or organizations that move the product from producer to consumer. They facilitate the exchange between producers and final consumers. They make sure that products are delivered to the end consumer at a desired place on time and in right quantities. They bridges the gap between manufacturers and consumers and solves the problem of location or distribution. Distribution channels perform various functions apart from making the goods available to consumers at the right place and at the right time. The functions performed by channel partners usually depends upon the consumer needs and the level of technology available. But the basic functions of channel of distribution are reconciling the needs of producers and consumers. Usually, the manufacturers produce the goods in large quantities, whereas consumers requires those goods in limited quantities, which leads to the situation of conflict among them. This conflict is resolved by channel members. They buy the goods in bulk from the producers and sell these goods in smaller quantities to the customers. This gives freedom to producers to produce in large quantities while consumers can buy the goods in limited quantities. Next function is they improve the efficiency by reducing the number of transactions. Without intermediaries, every manufacturer has to approach every customer to sell their products. This restricts them to produce more and leads to chaos. With the introduction of intermediaries, the manufacturers now need to sell the product to them, which sells the product to customers, and this simplifies the entire distribution process. The next function is improved accessibility. Usually, there is a locational gap between the place of production and the place of consumption. The products are produced at few locations but are demanded at various places. This problem of location is solved by intermediaries by supplying the product at customer's place. Apart from performing the above discussed functions, distribution channels also provide specialized services as well, like selling, servicing, and many a times installation as well. Intermediaries like distributors interact with retailers and producers. They also do market research for their own to know what goes on in the market and share this information with the producers, retailers, so that they can manage their products and inventories. The next topic for discussion is factors affecting marketing channel. The type of distribution channel and the number of intermediaries involved in the network depends upon many factors like product characteristics. The type of channel depends upon the product. For example, perishable items require direct marketing as the quality of products is important, whereas FMCG goods requires large number of channel partners as the products needs to be available at every shop for every customer. In case of non-standardized goods, the company prefers direct selling as intermediaries lacks product knowledge. Customer characteristics also affects the distribution channel. If customers are widely dispersed, then the intensity of distribution will be more and more retailers are required. For highly concentrated markets, direct selling is preferred. Other customer factors like personal services, credit facilities, and the effort put in by customers are also important in deciding the channel choice. The type of distribution channel used by companies also depend upon the competitors. The company usually avoid the distribution channel which is followed by the competitors to distinguish itself from them. Then company characteristics also affects the type of marketing channels. The distribution channel depends upon the marketing mix and the financial capacity of the company as addition of every channel member will add on the financial burden to the company And finally, the environmental factor also affects the marketing channel. In times of depression, company prefers a shorter channel to save their distribution cost. Legal regulations and restrictions by government also needs to be considered while designing the marketing channel by the company. Moving to the new topic of discussion, that is type of marketing intermediaries. Generally, the market intermediaries are divided into two categories, that is merchants and agents or brokers. There is a very thin line which differentiates merchants from the agents. The merchants take the ownership of products and resell them for profit, whereas agents do not take the ownership but facilitates a transaction between the buyers and the seller for a fee or a commission. So the only difference between the merchants and agents is the entitlement of ownership. Merchants take the ownership, whereas agents did not take the ownership. Now we will discuss the types of channels for consumer products. Products can be distributed directly or indirectly by the producers to consumers with the help of intermediaries. The selection of channel depends upon various factors like consumer, products, competitors, and sometimes the rules and regulations. The first type of channel is called channel 1, in which the product is distributed directly by the producer to the consumer. For example, a farmer is directly selling his fruits and vegetables directly to the consumers in a market. The stores from where the company sells their product directly to consumers are called company owned and company operated outlets. The channel 2 is the one in which the product flows from producer to the retailers and then finally from retailers to the consumers. This type of channel is usually followed by automobile companies. The channel type 3 is the one in which the product flows from producer to the wholesaler and then from wholesaler to the retailer and then finally to the consumers. This type of channel is followed by FMCG companies for distributing their products in the market. The last type of distribution channel is type 4, which is the longest one as well. In this type of channel, a product flows from producer to the wholesaler with the help of an agent who is usually is in a foreign market and arranges a wholesaler for the producer, and then from wholesaler the product moves to the retailer and finally to the customer. This type of distribution is followed in case of imported products. There are many companies who are using more than one marketing channel to distribute their same product to the same segment. This strategy of distribution is called dual distribution. It helps the firm to increase its product availability to consumers. Distribution intensity is a new topic. While selecting the distribution channel, the organization needs to determine the number of intermediaries required to cover the entire market. It is the number of market intermediaries required at every level of marketing channel. At retailers level, it refers to the number of outlets required to sell the product to the end user. Majorly, there are three levels of distribution intensity. The first one is intensive distribution. In this, all the available outlets are used by the organization at each level to distribute a product. This type of distribution is followed by FMCG companies. In selective distribution, organizations uses some retail outlets to distribute a product. It is mostly followed by consumer durable companies. Exclusive distribution is the one in which the company uses few outlets in a specific geographical area for selling their products. Luxury cars, jewelries, or golf kits are usually sold through this medium. Now we will discuss about wholesaling and their functions. Wholesaling includes all the activities in which goods are sold by those who buys them for resale or for the business purposes. It is usually larger than retail transactions and cover larger trade areas. There are various functions performed by wholesalers like bulk breaking, It is an important function in which wholesaler buys the goods in bulk from the manufacturer and then sell them to the retailers in small quantities. The next function performed by wholesaler is warehousing. Apart from buying goods in bulk from the manufacturers, the wholesalers stock the goods in their godowns and thus reduces the producer's inventory cost and risk. It also provides time and place utility to the resellers as well. The wholesalers also do selling and promotion. They have a wide network and they sell the goods to even those areas which are not served by the producers. They also promote the goods to the retailers on the behalf of the manufacturers. The wholesalers also provide transportation services as well and makes the product available at the nearest point for the customers. They also provides credit facilities to the retailers. They buys the goods on cash from the producers and sometimes sells them to the retailers on credit. Apart from that, they also bear the risk of theft, damage, as they took the ownership of goods from the manufacturers. Finally, they provide the market information to the manufacturer, which helps him in understanding the customers, market, and competition. Now, we will study about retailing and its role in the distribution network. Retailing includes all the activities wherein goods are sold to the final consumer for their personal use. The retailers provide time and place utility for the products to their customers by providing goods at right place at right time. Thus, they provide convenience to the customers. Then, the retailers also provide large variety of goods under one roof to their customers. They buy different products from various wholesalers and offer variety to their customers. Retailers also remain in direct touch with the customers and offer them personalized services and many a times assist them in their purchasing. The retailers also create product awareness by displaying the product and by doing demonstrations. They also offer credit facilities to the customers, which generates additional demand for the product in the market. And finally, they provide valuable feedback to the manufacturers as they are in direct touch with the customers and sells various brands. So they have better knowledge and understanding about customers' likes and dislikes and their taste and preferences. So, with this, we have studied and completed our marketing channel topic. I hope this session will help you in your studies. For feedback, you can write us at usefulstudymaterial@gmail.com. Thank you.